Okay, it's 1 o'clock. I've come here today to share some initiatives with my constituent base. I want to also refer to this year as a transitional year. We're all certainly aware that term limitations will have an effect on my position to be here in the city of Glens Falls in November of 2017. The constituents will be electing a new mayor. So that's the reason why I'm calling this a transitional year, because we're going to talk about some initiatives that were undertaken in 2016, but we're also going to talk about the initiatives in 2017. So in the beginning, some of the initiatives that I've had planned for 2017 are going to be focused around stormwater and sanitary sewer capital projects. The reason why I'm focusing on those projects is that under our consent order, we're required to reduce our stormwater, our cross connections with our sanitary sewer that helps to reduce the pollutants into the feeder canal and the Hudson River. They're not glorious projects, but they're projects of necessity that need to be done, and that's what we're looking at. We have approximately, right now on the schedule, we have 4 projects that are in the makings. One of them is probably the largest one of them all will be the Ridge Street infrastructure project. That was a project that was talked about. We've established a capital project. We are now currently in the planning process where it's going to be a 16-week construction period where we're going to examine all of the sewer, water lines, catch basins. We're going to look at the laterals, and we're going to reduce some of the interconnects between the sanitary sewer and the water distribution, the sewer system. Again, that is to reduce overflows and discharges in the feeder canal, the Hudson River, and also to reduce the impact on our waste treatment plant.
Just examine them, or if you find problems,
we're going to do some improvements.
Okay.
We're going to do some modifications. Okay. We're going to do we're tentatively planning doing some lining of the sanitary sewer. We're looking at some catch basins to reduce some of the stormwater runoff. Again, those are projects that we're going to undertake.
And where to where on Ridge?
It's going to go from the city line on Ridge all the way up to Centennial Circle. Another project that we have in the makings is the Crandall Creek Pond initiative, where we're going to try to eliminate or reduce discharges into the Lake Champlain. That's the Lake Champlain corridor. The pollutants travel from Crandall Pond to Crandall Brook, to Halfway Brook, and then they empty into Lake Champlain. So we did get a grant funding with that. The city's commitment to that is about $35,000, and we're working with Warren County Soil and Conservation on developing that plan also. We have another plan that's in the process, is the Downtown Green Infrastructure Water Quality Plan. This plan has been approved and funded partially through the state. The city's on the hook for about $56,000, where we're going to reduce stormwater runoff in the Exchange Street Plaza, the Exchange Street parking lot, and Elm Street during heavy wet weathers. Our plan is to reduce about 50,000 gallons per storm. So that's going to have a positive impact on our daily operations. The other project that we've outlined now is Tremont Street. Tremont Street was designed many years ago before this administration, but we've been having reoccurring problems in high wet weather.
Flooding?
Where there's been flooding on the neighbor's property. Councilman Clark has been working adamantly with the neighbors down there, and we're going to develop a plan to reduce those discharges in the future, this year. So shifting a little bit from the green initiatives, I want to talk about a couple of other projects that we're going to undertake. One project would be the East Field Revitalization Project, where thanks to Senator Little helping us fund that project, we're looking at replacing the old antiquated playground equipment with new playground equipment. Through our community development efforts, we purchased some toddler playground equipment over there. We're looking to refurbish the basketball courts, the tennis courts, and we're looking to put a fresh coat of paint on the field house. Any additional fundings that have been appropriated for that project that are left will be utilized to improve some of the seating at the Eastfield Stadium. But that project was targeted for the Eastfield Playground. We're also going to have completed in the spring of this year a liner change for the swimming pool there. So that's going to make the Ward 1 residents pleased with these initiatives.
Mayor, how about the lighting? Anything?
Lighting is a project that currently there isn't any funding for. We have asked electrical contractors to give us an analysis of that, improve the lighting. However, we haven't been able to get anybody committed to go up there and address the lighting. Because it is antiquated, I agree that it needs to be addressed, but there's just no money at this point in time to improve lighting up there.
How much are you getting from Senator Little?
$150,000.
And that's for 2017?
Yes, it's already been appropriated through the dormitory grant.
Okay.
It's just a matter of doing the inventory, getting the bids out, and getting the work done. The other project that I think is important is a third ward project where we're looking to do Kensington Fire Road and Jerome, pedestrian foot trail, bike trail. We're going to pour some new concrete sidewalks along the Kensington School, and we're going to have a safe path between Jerome for the pedestrians, young kids, bicyclers, and that will continue to Fire Road, down Fire Road to Glen Street. So that's a nice little project that has been in the makings for quite a while. It's about a $600,000 project, and I think the city is on the hook for about $150,000. The rest of it is being funded through a grant. So that kind of covers a few of the projects that we'll be undertaking in this calendar year. I'll touch bases a little bit about some shared services initiatives. We've renewed our economic development and community development contract with Warren County. Continue to bring new business, new jobs to the city of Glens Falls. They will continue to manage our community development program, which we're going to have an emphasis on dealing with zombie houses. It's an issue. I don't want to say it's an increasing issue in the city of Glens Falls, but we're going to develop a plan and take corrective action after the plan has been developed. It's something that I know the council feels passionate about. I know Mr. Hall has been working hard on that initiative, and it's something that needs to be done after we've gotten the blessing from the governor on that project, on that initiative.
So you're looking for state?
We included about 100 parcels.
Yeah, there's a little over 100, which are considered,
Minuscule
Abandoned,
compared to some
right.
other communities.
Right.
Amsterdam, Troy, some of these other bigger communities, the number is much greater, but we've got to put the plan together and start dealing with those issues. The other initiative that we did talk a little bit about and signed in the latter part of 2016 is the purchasing agreement. We're going to see how that plays out in 17 and going forward. The idea is to reduce or save a few dollars to the city of Glens Falls and other communities that are participating in regards to small purchases.
Any indication yet if that's been effective?
I don't know. I haven't seen any numbers yet to say that it is or not. But we did, the county did, or the council did approve an agreement with the county in respect to that. Now, the other issue that I think that I'd like to talk about at the county level that in a shared services initiative that I did start to preliminarily talk about with the Fifth Ward supervisor was a tourism initiative. I strongly feel that we need a united effort for Warren County to deal with and promote tourism. We did have a presentation that I thought was a well-presented initiative with Warren County on how they could help the city on tourism. I think that is the way to go. I think there's still some areas that I think the county's trying to figure out whether they're gonna continue with managing tourism. I don't know if that's been decided yet, exactly where they're gonna go, but I don't see any need for the city to be competing with Warren County because we are part of Warren County on that initiative. I know that the issue's been raised about or been brought up to the tourism committee about an events coordinator. I think that's a great idea. Glens Falls has been a model for events, and I think that that provides a welcoming opportunity for Hudson County to have an events coordinator through the Warren County to assist communities on local events. I'd be willing to, as you know, we have an events coordinator here slash tourism director that has significant experience doing it locally. She's been successful, and I'd be willing to share that expense with the county if they choose to enter into an agreement to implement something in that regards. So that kind of covers a little bit of the shared service initiatives. We'll push over to DPW. Strategy's not going to change. We get $400,000 worth of monies from New York State to do paving. We're going to do $400,000 worth of paving. Each council member has a list, an opportunity to submit a list in the spring of 2017, and then we'll start the paving as quickly as the plants open so we can continue on with paving. Same with concrete, same with tree plantings, tree groomings, tree removals. Those issues are really important to the community. People just, when they talk about, we can talk about economic development, we can talk about all these other topics, but what's really important is the streets, the conditions of the streets, conditions of the sidewalk, and conditions of the streetscaping. So we're going to continue with that initiative. A couple other things I want to do. I've asked the Shared Services Committee to take a look at our website, and they have. We're going to start this year, and I have some monies appropriated to do an upgrade to the website. I don't know exactly, they currently are examining the website. They're going to make some recommendations back to the council. We're hoping that we'll have that completed by year end. The other issue I want to talk about is city charter. I'm proposing that we apply for an efficiency grant to start to undertake the revisions of the city charter. The last time the city charter was revised was in 1963. It wasn't submitted to the state for I don't know what reasons until 1964. However, it's time to revise the city charter. In the charter, and I brought that because it's a comprehensive document that includes operations of the city. It includes review of codes. So it's going to be an initiative that is going to take some time. My plan is to apply for the grant, and if we are successful in receiving the grant, ask the Common Council to appoint